Hello, my name is Keira DiPrimo. I've often wondered, why do we have to take PE? Devin Brenner wrote an article called A Yoga Program for Cognitive Enhancement, which stated that the improvement from pre and post workout was enormous. Most schools no longer require a physical education class. Is this truly good for students' cognitive function? Should we have periods in the day dedicated to exercise and physical activity? If so, which sport is better? Are high intensity sports or lower intensity sports better or worse for your cognitive function? This exact question compelled me to join Denver Science Fair this year. As a student with ADHD, sitting down all day is very hard as I lose focus constantly. At the beginning of my experiment, I believed that if I perform an experiment with 3 different groups of subjects, each group is either doing a higher intensity sport, a lower intensity sport, or no sport at all, the subjects who were involved in the lower intensity sport will perform better when confronted with a DGS test, a digit span test, before and after their activity, because higher intensity sports can decrease concentration and focus, while lower intensity sports do the complete opposite. I used a DGS test in my experiment to check cognitive function and capacity for information. A digit span test, DGS, is a measure of verbal, short-term, and working memory that can be used in 2 formats, 4-digit span and reverse digit span. This is a verbal task with stimuli presented auditorily, and responses spoken by participants are scored automatically by the software. Before I started, I asked my participants 2 questions. Do you suffer from any mental disorders that can be complicated by this project? And are you actively participating in any sports or will you be participating in any sports in the next 1 to 3 months? My plan for test studies was to start with a DGS test, followed by a survey that would ask what you scored on the DGS test, then participate in the activity, another DGS test, and another survey. On day 1, I tested the participants with a DGS test before and after running. The pre-running mean was 6, while the post-running mean was 7. On day 2, participants completed a DGS test before and after yoga. The pre-yoga mean on the DGS test was 7, while the post-yoga mean was 6. My hypothesis was rejected because the average score on the DGS test decreased after yoga, while the average score on the post-running test increased. I still wanted to run one more test to see if sports were truly worth it. I ran a final test where my participants would take a DGS test before and after studying. Surprisingly, there was no change in my test scores before and after studying. Assessment demonstrated my hypothesis was rejected. I hypothesized if students were confronted with a DGS test before and after certain exercises, those who participated in the lower intensity sport, running, yoga, would perform better than those who participated in the higher intensity sport, running. A future application would be to open a morning running club for students at my school. I would then record the grades of voluntary students to see the difference between students involved versus students who do not participate in any physical activity. A future research idea is that I could use this question. Are sports the true cause of academic ineligibility? Thank you so much for your time and see my slides for more information.